So the outside of the feet almost have a straight line. So try not to stand like this all the time because you just lose energy out of your base. And it also makes the inner thighs really slack. It makes a posture, you arch your back and you lose the strength all around that pelvic area. The minute you turn the toes in, the lower back lengthens a little. You can feel that engagement through the perineum and the pelvic floor, and the strength come back into the inner thighs. So always having that focus with the toes about a fist and a half apart. Hip width is actually your sit bones, not the outside of your hips. And then try to find the balance in bubbling springs. So behind the second toe, behind the ball of the foot. Okay, bubbling springs, it's the beginning of the kidney meridian. And what this does, the kidneys are generating chi, energy, prana for the body. So when you're pushing into this point or focusing on this point, it's going to help you generate more energy. Also, it helps you get into the core muscles and into your center. Then distribute the weight from there around the whole foot, but make that more of your center point. And just stand, bringing the hands onto the hara, 3 fingers below the navel, 3 fingers in. Just rest the hands there. We're going to begin with, and take your breath down in there. Just allow the breath to start moving in and out of that area. And this is where the kidneys are making the chi, the prana, the energy for the body. So we're just going to begin with joint rotations, which is a series of Pawanmuktasana exercise, which is gas release pose. So we hold gas not just through burping and farting, but we also hold gas in all of our joints and through our body. And when we rotate the joints, we're releasing that build-up of gas. When you hear the crack, crack, crickle, crickle, it's not all the bones rubbing on each other, it's the gas built up between. Also, when we rotate the joints, we're lubricating the joints and getting the acid out, so it's helping the flow of the lymphatic system, and then it feeds that lovely fluid into the ligaments and the tendons. We store a lot of emotion in our joints. So when we move our joints, we're moving that emotion out. It's quite strongly related to kinesiology and the muscle testing the weakness and the strength. So we'll just begin now by rotating through the ankles. So we're releasing, if you think we're releasing emotion, getting the acid out of the joints, getting hormonal oils into the joints and the synovial fluid moving through the joints and becoming more supple. So it's a letting go and it's a building up in the joints of fresh new energy. So moving around the outside of the right foot all the way around from the heel to the blade, behind the toes, down to the instep, massaging all the little bones and metatarsals in the foot, but really working into your ankle joint, and change direction. Move nice and slow, don't move fast, nice, slow, mindful movements. And that'll help to also bring the blood pressure and the heart rate down. And just bring your awareness to the joint, to what you're doing. Base chakra is all about the legs and the feet and the pelvic floor. Press on the toes, release, knee in line with the ankle, in line with the toes. So don't let the ankle go out, and release. Press and release. Posture starts from the feet. So when we release the feet, then the weight evenly distributes and the posture corrects a little bit more. And then rolling right over the toes, say, into where you feel tension, and coming back. Keep the breath moving. So we're also, when we're working our feet and our legs and the pelvic floor, especially the perineum, we're working Mooladhara Chakra, the base chakra, that grounding earth chakra. So connecting with the earth. Now roll around the top of the toes if you can, from big toe to little toe, and change direction. And then come back to the ball of the foot and start to circle around the ball of the foot and just release all that tension from those toes and the metatarsals, and changing direction. So working the feet and the legs corrects the posture, centers you and grounds you, connects you with the earth. Now bring the weight into bubbling springs on the left foot. Try not to grip with the toes, only use the toes when you're losing balance. Pick up the right foot And circle just 4 circles, nice and slow. Upper body and the arms are soft and relaxed. Change direction. If you relax the upper body, the weight drifts downward, so you won't lose balance. When you tense, that's where the weight will go. And then just let the foot hang. Try to keep the hip still and circle the knee joint. Keep the breath flowing. And then change direction. And then let the leg hang and just do little circles with the hip, with the foot, so you're working deep into the hip joint. Just small ones so you're getting right into the hip socket, and change direction. Let a breath out. Remember, you're releasing emotional, physical and mental tension. Coming around the outside of the left foot. Moving right from the blade behind all the toes. The instep, land the heel every time. Don't move too fast. Be mindful of the movement. Change direction. And then moving over the toes. Keep the knee going over the toes. You should be able to see the big toe from the inside of the knee. The ankle still in line with the knee and with the toes. And the next one, we're going to roll right over the toes. Release that tension. And let go. A couple more times. And then circle around the tops of the toes if you can. Be gentle. And then change direction. And then coming to the ball of the foot, circling around the ball of the foot. And all those gases will really release from the top of the foot now. And change direction. And then bringing the weight into bubbling springs in the right foot, distributing it all through the foot. Pick up the left leg, reach out the crown of the head, and just circle the ankle nice and slow. No hurry. And change direction. And then circle the knee joint. Let the foot hang. Try to keep the hip still so the knee doesn't have a massive range, especially out to the side there. And change direction. And then let the leg hang and just do a little circle with the foot now. Try to relax the toes of the right foot. Only grip when you're losing balance. And change direction. Upper body stays relaxed to keep your balance. Don't pull the weight and the tension up there. And then circling through the hips. So just about 2 fists apart now, maybe no more than that. And just circle the hips. It doesn't have to be big ones. You want to move deep into the joint, so you don't need to do this. We're trying to just get small ones to lubricate the ligaments, the tendons, the joints, get the synovial fluid moving into the joints. Just a small move. Don't stick the bottom right out because you don't want to put the pressure into the lower back. Just a little tilt forward and backward. And then changing direction. Hold a lot of deep-seated emotion in the hips. So it's good to move them every day. A lot of us can tend to feel a lot of tension around the hips from sitting in chairs as well. And then a figure 8 side to side. As you release the hips and you let go of that deep-seated emotion, then it's easier to move forward in life, to become you, to do what you want to do. And then just change direction. So it's like that eternity symbol, a sideways figure eight, right hip back, right hip forward, cross through the middle, left hip back, left hip forward. The same shape fluid takes to clean itself. So we're actually cleaning the fluids in the body. As you cross through the middle, see if you can feel where the perineum is. For women, a couple of centimetres in on the back wall of the vagina. For men, that skin between the anus and genitals. Just find that spot. See if you can feel that muscle pulling you across from one side to the other. And then we'll do figure eight front to back. Still feeling that crossover. Right hip forward, left hip forward. Right hip back, left hip back. Try to isolate the hips. Don't move your shoulders. Quite often we tend to move the whole body. Just isolate the hips so you're getting that movement through the waist as well. And then we'll just change direction. So it's like you're drawing that figure eight on the floor. Left hip forward, right hip forward, left hip back, right hip back. Keep the back of the neck long and soft. Make sure these shoulders are still. And then come back to center. Inhale, bring the arms up. As you exhale, lift the left hip. So bring the heel off the ground, straight leg, and lift the right ribs. Squeezing into the left organ, stretching all the muscles down the right. Inhale, come to center. Exhale to the other side. And just moving side to side. Inhale as you come down and exhale as you squeeze up. So don't move fast, we'll be hyperventilating. Nice, slow, mindful movements. Keeping the breath even and the heart rate. And then just bring the hands down. Bring the feet just that fist and a half apart. Inhale, draw the shoulders up under the ears and massage the sides of the neck. The lymph filters a few fingers under the ears, which drain to the armpits, but just releasing the neck as well. Jaw soft and relaxed. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders right up to the ears, right up, right up, right up. And then as you exhale, release the weight of the world from the shoulders. Inhale, lift. Exhale. And another one. And then just draw little circles with the chin. Don't take the head right back. Keep the base, the vertebra open in the neck. Jaw relaxed. Just simply releasing the muscles of the neck gently. Come back to center and change direction. And then imagine there's a spoon under your chin and you're stirring the pot, drawing the chin backward and forward in a circular motion. And then change direction when you're ready. And come back to center. Just roll the shoulders back, up, forward and down. So circling the shoulders back, up, forward and down. And again, imagine that tension you hold in your shoulders just rolling down your arms and off your fingertips back into the earth. Just fertilizing the earth with your crap and giving you that chance to blossom like a flower again as you let go and create space and feed the earth. And then change direction, rolling forward, up and back and down. Just make these circles nice and fluid. Imagine you're bringing fresh, clear energy into your heart. Renewed energy for your soul. And then we're just going to roll out through the elbows and imagine just getting rid of all that no longer serves, especially through your relationships with yourself and others. Just letting go. Imagine you're chucking that out to the ocean. All that pent up emotion you may be holding on to, and just release it. And then rolling the arms back in, bringing fresh, clear energy in, open energy, connected energy. And then rolling out through the wrist, lead with the thumb and follow with each finger. And letting go of anything that suppresses your spirit or shatters your spirit or your aura. Releasing anxiety and tension. So really work the wrist, try to keep the elbows as still as you can. And then bringing fresh energy in for your spirit, little finger first, following with the rest of the fingers. Energy that will expand your spirit, make you feel alive and alert and clear and calm. And say, oh, and just release, shake it out a little bit. Just let all of that tension release. Tap down the arm, up the inside, across the chest, down the other arm. Just waking up all the pranic channels in the body, over the chest, into the ribs, back of the ribs, front of the ribs, the belly, the waist, into the back as high and low as you can go, into the buttocks, down the outside of the legs, up the inside of the legs, into the pelvis. Tap hard and fast into the pelvis, waking up that hara again. Oh, just let go of all that energy you're holding on to. And then come up through the torso into the shoulders and neck. Give it a good tapping. Go back as far as you can. And keep bouncing if you like into the back of the neck, over the head, into the ears, around the ears, the face. Nice little bit of tapping. And then just brush the body down, brush down the arms, release all of that excess energy, even out of your hair, down the body, all the way down the legs, just letting go. And release. So we're just going to come into a traditional Hatha salute to the sun today. So just come to the front of your mats. Hands to the heart and just connect with the breath. Feet are just that fist or fist and a half apart. Heels under the sit bones. Feel that weight coming through bubbling springs and spreading evenly through your whole feet. Feet are deeply connected into the earth, making you feel connected to everything. Realizing that you are part of this earth, just a blood cell, you could say, of this earth. Knowing that you're as important as every other cell, every other living thing on this planet. Having your individual little job to do. Working independently but still dependent on everything else. Just finding your path on this planet in this time. So just ground into Earth Mother. Imagine the roots of you moving down into the earth, feeding from the same 7 minerals of the earth that are in our body. And just opening to that vision of your path in this life. And allow Earth Mother's gravity to pull you toward her and feed into you all that you need to walk your path. And then reaching out through the crown of the head to the universe, Sky Father. Expanding into your larger mind. And allow that universal energy to feed through you, also giving you all the energy and the life you need to walk this path. Reach up through the crown of the head, lengthen the back of the neck, drop the shoulders, lift the chest. Us being that solid matter of earth, and that universal energy of the life force feeding through us, keeping us alive, and bringing that earth and the universe together as one. Imagine that energy is meeting at your solar plexus, and then that energy radiates from your solar plexus all through your body as we come into salute to the sun, balancing that fire channel. All of our prana comes from the sun. Our life force comes from our sun that shines on this planet. And our solar plexus, our internal sun, is distributing that energy, that pranic flow through the thousands, at least 72,000 pranic channels in our body. So as we come into salute to the sun, we're regulating that fire channel on the right, Pingala Nadi. We're also bringing balance to the two nadis, Pingala and Ida on the left, and opening Shushana, the middle nadi. These nadis are moving up through the spine, and they're directing the flow of energy through your whole body. So we're just paying homage to the sun now. Our deepest respect, receiving all of that universal flow from our sun and opening up to that intelligence of the universal energy and allowing that to come through us. Bring the hands to prayer at the heart. As you take a deep breath in, bring the fingertips towards your chest and take the arms out in front of you and raise the arms next to the ears. Keep the shoulders down. Slight arch back, pull the hips forward slightly, and then exhale, bending the knees. Bring the hands either side of your feet. Inhale, step the right leg back to a lunge. Bring the knee to the floor and lift the chest. Keep the back of the neck long. As you exhale, tuck the back toes under and step back to a plank. Some of you may need to do plank on the knees. As you exhale, bring the knees to the inhale, lifting the chest. Hold the breath in and step the left leg back to a plank. Knees to the floor if you need to. On the next exhale, bring the chest and the knees to the floor, bottom up. Inhale up into your cobra. Keep the elbows in, the shoulders down and back, neck long, tongue out. Release your toxins. Inhale, coming up to cat. Exhale, sitting back to pose of the child. Inhale, rippling forward into plank on the knees. Tuck the toes, press up to down dog. Exhale. Take a couple of breaths here. Spin the armpits in towards the cheeks, rolling the shoulders away from you. Feel the shoulder blades pressing into the back. From the shoulders, push up into the hips and sink the heels to the floor. Soften the belly, so the lower belly sucking up into the lower ribs. So don't push it forward. Feel it pulling back toward the spine, the pelvis, and the lower abdominals, and sucking up toward the lower ribs. On the next inhale, lift the left leg to hip height, and then as you exhale, bring that left foot in between the hands. Some of you may have to take a couple of steps or bring the leg up. Inhale, lift the chest. Uttanasana, pose of light. And then exhale, step the back leg up to the front leg. Inhale, rolling up through the spine. Bring the arms out to the sides and up to the universe. Take that slight tilt back. Keep the shoulders down away from the ears. Exhale, bring the hands to prayer at the heart. Take a few breaths here. Allow the breath to regulate. And come into contact with that fluid in your body. You're at 80% fluid. Feel yourself as a sack of fluid. And that vibration of energy. So feel that vibration as if you were a sack of fluid vibrating with energy. And we try to move through that fluid body. Inhale, turning the fingertips towards you. Take the arms out and then up next to the ears. Slight arch back. Make sure you don't stick your bottom out and compress the spine. Exhale, come forward, bend the knees a little, bring the hands to the floor. Inhale, step the left leg back to a lunge. Bring the knee to the floor. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, tuck the back toes under, coming back to a plank. Inhale here. You may have the knees on the floor, that's fine. And lengthen the back of the neck with the rest of the spine. Take that breath, keep moving the breath. On the exhale, bring the knees to the floor, the chest to the floor, the bottom up. Keep the elbows in. And then inhale, lift the chest, push the shoulders down away from the ears, keep the pelvis on the floor, press the tops of the feet into the floor. And then push the poison out of the body. Push the tongue right out, eyes wide open. Inhale, coming into cat. Exhale, sit back to pose of the child. Ripple from the base of the spine to the crown of the head as you inhale into plank on the knees. Tuck the toes under and press up to down dog. Exhale here. Take a couple of breaths. Keep the arms next to the ears so don't tuck the chin right in or lift the head up. Lengthen the back of the neck. Keep it next to the ears. Cup the hands slightly so you're grouping through the palms of the hands. Spin the armpits in toward the cheeks, pressing the shoulder blades into the back, pushing up. And then from the hips, sink down to the heels. Inhale, lift the right leg up to hip height. Exhale, bring that foot in between the hands, knee to the floor. Inhale, bring the arms to the ears, lift the chest to the sky. And then exhale, bring the hands down, holding the breath out, step up. And then inhale, coming up through the spine, bring the arms up next to the ears, take that slight tilt back. Exhale, bring the hands to prayer at the heart. Just allow that Pingala energy, the left moon energy, to move through now while your breath regulates itself. We'll move a little bit faster through this round. Inhale, turn the fingertips in towards you. Take the arms out in front, arms next to the ears, tilt back. Exhale, bending the knees slightly as you bring the hands to the floor. Inhale, left leg back as you open Pingala, the left, the sun, lift the chest. Exhale, step back to your plank. Hold the breath out, bring the knees and the chest to the floor. Inhale, lift to the cobra. Exhale, spit. Inhale, cat. Exhale, back to pose of the child. Inhale, rippling forward to plank on the knees, then tuck the toes, press up to down dog. Exhale. Inhale, bring the left leg up to hip height. Exhale, step that leg in between the hands, back knee to the floor. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, stepping up. Inhale, rolling up through the spine. Bring the arms up next to the ears. Open your heart to the universe. Exhale, bring the hands to prayer. Pingala Nadi, the sun channel, the masculine channel, the heating channel, the dry channel, the conscious mind, the intellect. Inhale, turn the fingertips in towards you, take the arms out in front, arms up next to the ears, lift up and back. Exhale, coming forward and down. Inhale, left leg back, bring the back knee to the floor, lift the chest. Exhale, step back to your plank. Holding the breath out, knees and chest to the floor, elbows in. Inhale, lift to cobra, shoulders down. Inhale to cat. Exhale to pose of the child. Inhale, rippling forward to plank on the knees, moving up to down dog. Exhale. Inhale, lifting the right leg to hip height. Exhale, step that leg between your hands. Lift the chest as you inhale. Exhale, step up. Inhale, bring the arms out to the sides, roll up through the spine, arms next to the ears, slight tilt back. And then exhale, bring the hands to prayer. Ida Nadi, the left Nadi, the feminine channel, the moon energy, cooling, damp, the intuitive mind. Every time we're on all fours, we're in Shoshana Nadi, the center Nadi. These channels, Ida and Pingala, weave across Shoshana Nadi at every chakra. Inhale, turn the fingertips towards you, bring the arms out above the head. Take that slight arch back, feel the stretch from the pubic bone to the navel. Exhale, bend the knees, bring the hands down. Inhale, left leg steps back, knee to the floor, lift the chest. Exhale to your plank. Knees, chest to the floor, holding the breath out, pose of the baby. Inhale, cobra, shoulders down, push the feet down. Inhale, cat. Exhale, sit back to pose of the child. Let the back open. Inhale, rippling from the base to the brain, to plank on the knees, pressing up to down dog. Exhale. Inhale, left leg comes up. And then exhale, step that left leg in between the hands, back knee to the floor. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, step up. Inhale, rolling up through the spine. Exhale, bringing the hands to prayer. Breath regulates itself. Inhale, fingertips turn towards you, reaching out and up. Become as fluid as you can for this last round. Exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, left leg steps back, knee down, chest up. Exhale, stepping back to your plank. Knees to the floor, hold the breath out, pose of the baby. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, pose of the child, fluid and energetic. Inhale, ripple forward into plank on the knees, tuck the toes up to down dog. Exhale. Inhale, picking the left leg to hip height. Exhale, step that left leg between the hands, back knee down. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, step up. Inhale, rolling up through the spine, coming all the way up. And then exhale, bringing the hands to prayer. Om Bhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Teyo Yona Prachodayate. Om Bhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Teyo Yona Prachodayate. Just opening to that sun energy, to the light. That sun that gives us light and warmth and life force. And realizing without the sun there would be no light, there would be no warmth, there would be no life. And we open up that sun as we open up our mind to gain wisdom. And we see that sun shining in our solar plexus, our subconscious mind. And that sun radiates through the thousands and thousands of pranic channels in our body, enlivening us, awakening us. And at the same time balancing out that right channel, that fire channel, whether it's under or overactive. And bringing the hands down. We're going to come into a few standing poses now. So let's do a tree pose first. So resting into the left leg, again, bubbling springs and down that whole line. Not just the big toe, but try to use the whole foot, distribute the weight. So lean into the left leg and bring the right heel onto the left ankle. Some of you may stay here if the balance isn't that great today. So resting into that left leg, grounding it, holding you strong and sturdy. And then picking up the right foot and bringing it into the inner thigh, bringing the hands to prayer. Lift through the pelvic floor, sink into that left foot, lengthen the back of your neck, lift the chest, drop the shoulders, upper body relaxed, strong from the waist down in the body, light in heart and mind. If the tension drifts up there, the weight goes there and it pulls you off balance. Inhale, bringing the elbows together. And then let them separate as the arms come over the head, elbows out to the sides. Holding into that nice, strong, focused tree posture. And become that tree. Remember that you are everything. Everything is in you. Relax the shoulders and then open the arms. Imagine you're a tree and your fingertips are the leaves, the arms are the branches. Really flexible and light in heart and mind, but strong and grounded in the body so your spirit can lift, but still keep you grounded. And then find the stillness in that tree. Fingertips are completely relaxed, generating energy out into the planet. And your roots are as tall as your trees, moving down into the earth, drawing those 7 minerals up from the earth that are in our bodies, and receiving all the earth information you need for this time. Drop back through the lower ribs, engaging with the earth continually. Then bring the fingertips together, the elbows, taking the arms all the way down and release and shake the legs. Coming into the right foot of bubbling springs, left heel rests on the right ankle now. So again, this may be your balance pose for today. And then relax the toes. Only grip the toes when you feel like you're losing balance. Bringing that foot up into the inner thigh. Lift through the pelvic floor, strengthen the leg you're standing on, lift up through the lower ribs and relax the upper body, bringing the fingertips and the palms together, bringing mind and body to the heart, the soul, and connecting all three together. Lift through the pelvic floor, lengthen the back of the neck, drop back through the lower ribs, soften internally. Inhale, bringing the elbows to touch as you reach the arms up. Let the elbows separate when they have to. Bending the elbows, hands joined above the head. And then open the arms, the branches and the leaves. They can move in the wind. They're still flexible. The heart and the mind moving with the flow, but still remaining grounded, connected to this planet. And then find your stillness. Lift through the pelvic floor, shoulders down and relaxed. The roots moving as deep into the earth, and as long as your trees, your roots are in the earth. And at the same time releasing energy, prana, out through your fingertips, as if you're a tree, sending oxygen back into the earth and connecting out into the universe as you ground into the earth. And then bringing the fingers, the palms, elbows, all coming down, hands to the heart. And then release and shake it out. And then just give a little release all of that tension. We hold a lot in the base. There's a lot of ancestral memory, all of our lives down in this base chakra as well. A lot of nitty gritty stuff. So always just release, let go, release all that energy. And the first 3 chakras can be a little bit difficult because it's all about this life and every other life and all our everything that's gone on in every life. Once we move up into our soul energy, it becomes a lot easier because it is more malleable. This is very fixed energy, body energy. So really give yourself shakes about and stuff like that all through the week. Okay, so we're going to come into some more standing poses. We're going to inhale, bend the knees, let the wrist float up. Exhale, step the right leg back, front leg's bent. Inhale, bring the arms up next to the ears. Push that right hip forward, just gently and slightly. And then exhale, we're going to come forward, back toes touch the floor, hands to the heart. As you inhale, spread the arms, and if you can, lift the back leg off the floor, coming into aeroplane. And try to get that straight line. Don't let the right hip drift up. Roll the right hip to level with the left hip. And use that sacred aeroplane mantra. Zoom. Inhale, we're going to bring that right knee into the chest. And exhale, hug the knee into the chest. Lift the chest. Bringing the right heel into the left groin. Hold the top of the foot with the left hand. Drop the knee down. And then bringing the knee into the chest. Exhale. Inhale, push that heel forward. Reach the hands out. Exhale. See if you can stay standing on that leg. Keep going, taking the back foot. Let's take the big toe side. Inhale, left hand to chin mudra. Pull the foot away from the bottom. Lift the knee, but again, don't let that hip drift up. Well, see how it pulls you off balance? Stay right in your core. Keep the hip down. Lift the chest, squeezing into that left kidney, opening through the adrenals, releasing the excess adrenaline. And then exhale, bring the knee to the chest again. Release and really shake the legs out. Good. So let's go to the other side, left leg. So have a little shake about again. Let it all go, let it all go. Good. Okay. Inhale, stepping the left leg back. Exhale, push behind. Bend the front leg, back leg straight. Inhale, bring the arms up to the ears. And then exhale, coming forward, hands to prayer at the heart, back toes to the floor. This may be your finished position with your back leg. Inhale, if you can, lift your back leg off the ground. Spread your arms, release the energy beyond the fingertips. Lengthen and soften the back of the neck. Release the energy beyond the fingers, the toes, the crown of their head. Zoom. Inhale, bring that back leg through to the chest. Exhale, hug it in. Hold the top of the foot with the right hand. Left foot into the right groin. Inhale, knee down. And then taking the foot behind you again. Left hand takes the big toe side of the foot. Right hand chin mudra. Inhale, pulling that foot away from the bottom. Make sure the knee's not splaying out. Try to keep the hips as level as you can. On the next in-breath, lift the chest a little. Squeezing into that left kidney, releasing the adrenaline. Breathe. And then exhale, bring that knee into the chest. And release. Shake it about. Give yourself a little jump, a little shake, a little pat again. Patting to the groin. Releasing the lymph, opening the lymph and the blood vessels there. Give it a little bit of a rub so all that acid comes out of the legs. Fresh blood moves from the legs into the body a lot more easier. Tap Tap into the pelvis. Cross the buttocks. Down the legs again. Up the inside of the legs. Over to the rib cages. All over the abdomen. Front and back as far as you can. All over the torso. And the chest, the sternum. Tap into the sternum. Over the shoulders and neck. Down the arms. Right up the back as far as you can go. Other side. Neck and shoulders. Down the arms. All the way through. Throat. Back of the neck. Back of the head. All over the head. Tapping away. Forehead. Face. Around the eyes. Ears gently. Cheeks. Nose. Lips. Chin. And again, just brush it off. Nice light touch. Taking that excess energy away, sweep it off the body. Then we're going to see if we can come down to sitting without using the hands. So just inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, come down and sit on your buttocks.